Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashwika. Welcome to the channel where we talk about the selling digital products, a lot more stuff on this channel. So let's dive in today's video. I'm gonna be talking about selling the digital art magazine, how you can get started with that. Now, this is not just about the digital art magazine. You can get started with whatever digital magazine you want to get started with and selling in the online space. You can sell it and you can start selling it and you can make your first art magazine completely for free. So I'm going to be sharing my own experience with you guys in this video because I have an experience of maybe 1.5 years, more than that, of selling my own art magazine. That was my first business, which I get started back in the March of 2020. I get started with the first business that was the digital art magazine, and I started with completely $0. So I'm going to be sharing my own experience in this video and also going to share some of the tips, some of the methods in which you can start selling your own digital magazine if you're looking forward to a one. So let's dive in. Before go park, consider clicking the like button, guys. I do really appreciate that. If you want more such video, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon, so whenever we upload new videos, you'll be get notified about it. Also, you can check our other channel that is on which we talk about making money online as a creative person by print on demand route, creative fabrica, KDP. A lot more is there on the channel. Make sure to check it out. If you're looking forward to make money online, the link is in the description box below. Let's talk about today's video. Now, first of all, I'm going to be sharing my own experience with you guys. I started with my first business. That's the first online business ever back in the March of 2020. That was the digital art magazine because I am an artist. I am from the art background. So I was looking forward to actually make some kind of a product which is more related to the artist, creative people. So at that time when I was getting started with that, I was seeing other artists were actually paying to get featured in the art magazines, and I was looking forward to an alternative to making a magazine that actually help artists get the free exposure without paying for getting featured. So I get started with the art magazine. That was a digital art magazine, and then I also incorporate a lot of the content in that. And if you're looking forward to grab this digital art magazine, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. You can check it out for yourself. So I incorporated the money making content in the magazine, like how an artist can make money online as an artist, as a creative person. So that's what the stuff was there, which I get started with the digital art magazine. Now, if you're going with magazine publishing, you're gonna know the traditional method of a publishing is like you have a team where you have a lot of the people in the team, like the illustrator, the editor, the producer. Then you also have the writer and artist who is being interviewed or featured or something like that. There are a lot many people are there in the team for that magazine, and those people that create that magazine, and they actually print that magazine on maybe a glossy paper if you want to go with that, or maybe a normal paperback version, whatever it is. Depending on that, they print that particular magazine on a piece of paper in the paperback version, and then they sell it and they make money by that. That is kind of like a traditional method of selling the magazine. But recently, you can see we are surrounded by social media. We are in the online space. We can have the advantages of the online stuff. That is a digital magazine. You can create your magazine in the digital, in the online space, without actually going with the traditional route. You can get started with completely $0. And I really mean that. When I'm saying $0, that means completely $0. You just need to have a laptop or a mobile and an internet connection for making this magazine. That's all. Let's talk about how you're gonna get started with that. The first step is you obviously need to pick up a niche, what kind of magazine you're gonna be making, whether it's the art, it's the music, or a business, or selling courses. Like what kind of magazine you're targeting, what is your niche, what is your ideal client avatar, whom you are targeting, like people for you want to make this particular magazine, like who are those people, what are your ideal client avatar. For me, it's an emerging artist, it's a beginner artist and creative people. You need to decide for yourself. So that is the first important thing to picking up a niche. The second thing, you need to decide the content. Now you can actually look for the other magazine in your niche industry and see what kind of content they have in their magazine, whether it's they are adding the blog articles, pictures, video formats, or whether they are having the podcast interviews, or what is that it looks like. You need to take an idea from the other magazine in your niche, see what type of content they are adding, and then decide what type of content you want for your own magazine. Of course, you don't need to actually copy those magazine stuff. No, you just need to take an idea. You just need to take an inspiration, like what kind of content you can add in your magazine, and you can start why that. Like that's what I did. I personally did a lot of the research. I did almost 3 to 4 months of research to find the kind of magazine which I want to create, what type of content, how it actually look like, what kind of a designing of the magazine, because designing of the magazine is a lot. If you're not a designer, then it's really a big deal to design a magazine. And since I wasn't a designer back then, for me it was really a big deal to actually design a magazine. But we will going to go into that aspect a little bit in a second. But for now, we need to decide the content first, like whether it would be picture, blog articles, interviews, or video content or the podcast. Because in the digital magazine you could have your YouTube video links, you could have a YouTube video handle as well, you could have your podcast episode as well. So you need to decide the content, look for the other people in your niche industry with their magazine, take an idea, inspiration from that, and then decide what type of content you want to create. And keeping in mind your ideal client avatar, it will really going to help you in creating the content for your ideal client avatar. Because if you know that you are helping this particular group of the people with this particular magazine and you want to create a content around that, it will really going to help you in deciding what type of content you want to create, and also to maintain the consistency with your magazine issues. Because we are not just creating a magazine issue one, we want to create second, third, and so on and so forth. So that is the second tip. The third tip, you need to actually make your magazine. Now, there are so many different softwares that you can very well use. Some are paid, some are free, some are more professional, some are kind of like a beginners. Like you can start with the Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, or InDesign for making your magazine. It's basically a professional software and you need to pay for getting started with that. Like you need to pay them a subscription service each and every month for using their software. But if you're going with the other software like the Canva and Trello, they have the free and premium plan both. You can get started with the free plan, and then later on if you want to switch to the premium plan, obviously you can go with that as well, but you can get started with the free. So if you're looking forward to create your magazine, then you can very well go with the Canva and Trello. They have the free version. You can make your entire magazine in the Canva and Trello and then download it in the form of a PDF or whatever file format you want to download. Or either you can share the link of your magazine with someone else, with your customer, if you don't want to download it. Like me, it depends on you. So that is the thing, you have to pick up the software. For you, if you're starting with completely $0, get started with the Canva, get your hands over that, and then actually purchase the Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, or InDesign for making your magazine look more professional. But you can get started with the Canva, it's a free version as well. Okay, and then you need to decide how you're gonna actually produce your magazine, like how you're gonna provide the magazine to your customer, what type of format, whether it's a PDF format, flipbook format, or some other kind of format. You need to decide that as well. Like you could see a lot of the digital magazine in the online space have kind of like a flipbook version, because it gives them a real feeling of actually flipping the magazines. Like when we are having a paperback issue in our hands, we actually flip the magazine. And to get that kind of a feeling, a flipbook version of the magazine for the digital magazine could be a really great alternative. Now, of course, there are so many different softwares out there that can help you convert your PDF version of the magazine into the flipbook. I do use the Hazen. Now, there are a lot more, the Flip Snack, the Flip Guide, a lot more is there. You can simply Google it and you can check their paid plans, because some of them are having the free plan, some of them don't have, and depending on which service you are using, it depends on that as well. But you can get started with the free plan depending on the software you are using, and then later on if you want more flipbooks, obviously you need to pay to get more flipbooks. Or either you can sell your PDF version of the magazine. For me, when I was getting started with that, at that time I started with completely $0, so I wasn't having any money in my pocket to fund my magazine. So what I did, I actually sell the PDF version of the magazine, and then a few months back only we started with the flipbook version of our magazine. We bought the software and then we started with the flipbook version. But the another thing you need to decide is the designing of your magazine. That's really, really important. You can't miss out, because in the digital magazine, your designing needs to be so good that people actually want to purchase your magazine, and it needs to be captivating, attractive, eye-catching, and all those kind of stuff. Of course, you can hire a professional designer. I mean, you can hire them for a few dollars on the Fiverr or Upwork, or even you can hire some other people as your designer in your team if you're looking forward to one. But if you are a free $0, then you can actually go with the pre-made templates for your magazine. Now, Canva has a lot of the templates on their platform. You can use them. You can simply use the other templates as well. You can get the templates or magazine templates for a few bucks on the Etsy. Like I purchased a few of them in the beginning, like I purchased a few of them. Later on from the Etsy, you can get the magazine templates on the Etsy as well, which you can use the templates and you can edit them. They have the Canva templates, the Photoshop templates, InDesign templates, so you can use those templates without being a designer for making your magazine, and this will going to make your magazine look more professional. Now later on you can hire a designer or you can hire someone as a freelancer from Fiverr for making your magazine. Another thing is that you need to actually sell your magazine to make money by that. Now there are so many ways in which you can monetize your magazine, but here I'm going to be talking about the one of the most common way to actually monetize your digital magazine is to sell your digital art magazine. That's an amazing way to monetize your digital art magazine or digital magazine in general, is to just sell that digital copy, as simple as it may sound. It's kind of like a passive income because you have created that magazine once and you're gonna sell multiple different times, and you don't need to publish that magazine, print that magazine again and again for your customers. Like it just made for once and people can actually click on that, download it, purchase it and download it, and they can read it, as simple as it may sound. So there are so many different marketplaces out there where you can sell your magazine. You can sell it on the Issue, youtueb, you can also sell on the Megastar, Issue Hub. There is also the MacCloud. You can sell your magazine on that. Sell your magazine on the Amazon as a Kindle. Like you can use their Kindle Direct Publishing and you can sell them as a Kindle version, or you can sell them as a paperback version. If you are into that, you can sell that magazine on the Amazon Marketplace as well. You can also use the print on demand services for your magazines. Some people do use that if they want their magazine to be in the paperback version, like they have the Lulu and other kind of print on demand services which can help print your magazine and deliver it to your customer if you want the paperback version. But if you don't want, you want a completely digital, then you could actually use a different marketplaces where the people sell the digital magazines only. Like the Issue is there, Yumpu is there. Now some of them are having the paid plans, like you need to get their paid plan to actually start selling your magazine on their platform, while other of them you don't need a paid plan. Like you can get started with selling for $0 as well. Like for the Amazon, if you're using Kindle Direct Publishing, you don't need to pay for anything and you can have the Kindle version of your magazine and start selling on the Amazon Marketplace as well. Either way, you can also sell your magazine on a Gumroad. Like for me personally, I started selling my magazine on the Gumroad. Now Gumroad is kind of like an amazing way to sell your digital products. You can also sell the physical products, but the most common products that people do sell are the digital products. And then you need to bring your own customer for selling your magazine on the Gumroad. So that's what we did. We actually upload our magazine on the Gumroad and then we bring our own customer onto our magazine that is on the Gumroad, and then we also spreaded our magazine to the different marketplaces. So to get the more people customer to our magazine, we also use the Street Library recently. Street Library is amazing distributor which actually distribute your magazine on the multiple different marketplaces in the online space, like the Rakuten, Amazon as well, on the different marketplaces, and you can have your magazine in the form of an ebook version on different marketplaces as well. So it depends on you which route you want to go with selling your magazine, but I would highly say like you can have both of the routes. You can bring your own customer to your website as well, and then you can also use these marketplaces to sell your magazine. For those marketplaces, you don't need to actually advertise your products or advertise your magazine. Like you can get the sales from those marketplaces as well. So it depends on you which route you want to go with, start selling your magazine. But that's what I did with started selling the digital magazine, and I got my first sale within the first day of launching my art magazine, within few hours, because I was having the customers. I was actually promoting so heavily my magazine on Instagram at the time that I got a lot of the customers. Hopefully this video will going to help you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about selling the digital magazine. Are you selling the digital magazine, or are you looking forward to selling a one? I would really love to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. See you for the next time. Take care. Bye guys.